It's a fascinating new report. It's from a think tank called Policy Exchange. You may have heard of them. They're the biggest and I would say most influential think tank in Westminster. They're a group of people who do a lot of work, research, look into a lot of very important events, and they've got a number of backers for a very interesting report into trans in sport. We're going to talk to Lottie Moore, who is Head of Biology Matters at Policy Exchange, in a second, but a number of sports stars are backing this. Martina Navratilova, Sharron Davies, Daley Thompson as well, someone I'd want with me on a desert island. They have joined forces to back a new Policy Exchange paper exposing how gender ideology is compromising the fairness and safety of women and girls in grassroots sport. This isn't about high-level competitive, well, it is competitive, of course, but it's not about professional sport. It's about grassroots sport. And Lottie Moore is with us. Lottie, thanks for taking the time this weekend to chat to us. This is very, very interesting. A lot of it is about gender self-ID as well within sport. There are very, very clear things in many aspects of our society, but sport is a very important one, where men and women are just different. They are differently made. They compete in different ways. You've done some analysis of all of this. Tell us your findings, Lottie.
Yeah, so the report from Policy Exchange, it's sort of saying, I guess, what until very recently was not controversial at all, which is it is unremarkable scientific fact that men are physically stronger than women, and that matters in sport because performance based on physicality is what is being assessed. So sex categories exist for that reason. That's why we have age categories, disability categories, sex categories, because categories recognise that everyone should have the chance to safe and fair competition. What is happening, particularly among grassroots level sport, is that men who are identifying as women are coming into our sports at grassroots level and taking medals and places and places on the podium where they otherwise would never have been because of those differences in those physical differences.
Yes, and it's interesting you've done some analysis of actually if men and women were to compete together, for example, the top male serve at Wimbledon in 2023 at least 18 miles an hour faster than the top female serve, for example. Every British long course swimming record broken by an elite female swimmer has been beaten by a teenage boy swimmer. Yeah. In county athletics, the winning male from the slowest county running in the 1500 metres this year would beat the winning female in 27 out of 33 counties. So we're in a situation, I mean, how big a problem is this really? Are there lots of people at the grassroots level who are attempting to change their, or self-ID, changing their gender and saying, look, I'm a man or I'm a woman, to game the system perhaps? Or because that is their genuinely held belief that they want to change their gender, that's a process they've been through?
So yeah, that's a really good question. And on that point, I would say it is actually entirely irrelevant whether someone wants to change their identity, because sport is not played by identities, it is played by bodies.